Is this the best time to start Sorare is the question I've been asking myself. I've been playing this game for the last 2 years or so, and I remember finding the company when it was like a real bona fide startup, in the Ubisoft Lab entrepreneur network. Watching it move through Series A funding with Benchmark and all those other kind of high profile investment companies, Series B funding with SoftBank, and then the kind of premier level of investment coming into it, shattering European records and making Sorare one of these unicorn tech companies that has really emerged out of nowhere in the last 2 years. Since generating all that funding, there's been huge expectations on the company to grow and realise its potential, and we've seen huge milestones happen with them opening up offices in New York, signing on baseball to be a second sport on Sorare, and there's hot rumours of like golf and tennis and some other things to follow as well. They've then moved through, got the SPFL, got the first UK footprint of a licensing again, as well as signing on the MLS for a real proper league tie-in, just like they have with La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Scottish League, the Austrian League, the Belgian League, the Japanese League, the K-League, and the Dutch League. How could I forget the Dutch? There's also been high-profile ambassadors and celebrities kind of attached to the company over the last 2 years, most famously like Gerard Piqué and Serena Williams and a few others. But this week we've had Kylian Mbappe join as a serious investor in the company, and he really sees Sorare as a massive vehicle for him to engage with his fans and have that kind of Web3 experience with fantasy football, where you can bring the players, the clubs, the real-life footballers and everything that goes around that, engagement with the fans, which is potential I think we all see in this platform. But the innovation that's came alongside that, the academy, now gives players who are just coming to Sorare for the first time the unique opportunity of a genuine free-to-play model where they can come in, learn the ropes for nothing, with no exposure to anything, figure out if they like the game and progress their own strategy from there. In the video today, I'll be discussing all of this, as well as the taboos that have kind of held the company back over the last 2 years, like NFT, crypto, alternative gambling, all these other things, and why, in summary, I think this is the best time to be starting your Sorare journey and opening your account, getting your club and getting started. If you are thinking about starting Sorare, you haven't played the game yet, there's a link in the description in this video that will entitle you to a free card once you've bought 5 from the market. It's the best way to sign up, it's the way everyone signs up, and if you open an account without hitting that link, you're 1 card worse off than everyone else on the game. So I recommend you get that free card by hitting that link. You do support all the content here at the channel, and I do thank you in advance if you do so. If you do enjoy the content, you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe, share and retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble, and let's get stuck into it. If you could hit the subscribe button, I do daily global football content, everything from Wonder Kids and Rising Star Managers to fantasy football and watch-alongs. That will also automatically enter you into my April giveaway. This month, I'm giving away a rare under-23 midfielder, Luciano Ferreira of Rosario Central, and 2 limited goalkeepers. If you want to stick around to the end of the video, we'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, Sorare is no different to any other real gaming sensation. There's always advantages and benefits to being in the game longer, being in the game early, for different things. Like, if you think about traditional games, it is more like unlocking things, reaching new levels, getting new attachments, new weapons, new accessories, that kind of thing. With Sorare, in that aspect, it's more just about getting cards that you're familiar with and getting more high-profile cards. There is XP that's attached to the card as well, and there's also just that knowing the game, knowing what it takes to win, and that real kind of taste of the arena, if you like, is one of the main advantages. As well, over the last 2 years, money's been a big part of that as well, because of the bull market that we've seen in Ethereum. The game became wildly expensive for about 6 to 8 months or so, and now with the bear market that we're having in crypto, as well as the recent innovations of the academy and some of the new league structures that come in that actually negate a lot of these early adopter, these longer player advantages, so that there's a proper lobby, there's a proper like creche, if you like, where you can come in and you're not thrown to the sharks with everyone else who's got big, powerful, XP'd up cards. You can play with cards that have no XP, you can pick up cards that aren't even NFTs in play, you can do absolutely anything. And because of this kind of change in the main paradigm of the game, where all those advantages are still there for the kind of long-running existing tournaments, which is great, but all of the new beginner stuff that comes in, it is real kids' gloves. You are going to get success early if you know your stuff and you know how to pick a player and you know how to move around, picking a team and projecting scores and home fixtures and away fixtures. Then there's never been a better time to get stuck in and get involved in that sense. You're not going to be bullied off the leaderboards by bigger and more powerful galleries. Now, where all other games screw us over is they bring out a new bloody one every year, or in Grand Theft Auto's case, maybe every 5 years, but when they're out, they tax you like mad on in-game purchases. You know, FIFA's quite famous for that, of course, with Ultimate Team and packs, but also you just need to look at games like Call of Duty, like Fortnite, like Grand Theft Auto, and all these really high-profile, really AAA games all have in-game purchase dynamics in them that advance your progression, enhance your gameplay experience. But for me, they screw us over with that because there's no real reward, there's no real incentive to carry on, you know, last year's loot into next year. You know, you don't get that opportunity. They want you to spend money time and time and time and time and time again. With the NFTs, all these cards are, anything from limited, rare, super rare and unique, they are tangible items that you own. So when you move in from every season to the next, you keep your roster, you keep your cards, unless you sell them, you know, but like if you own them, and it doesn't even matter if guys transfer and they move to some other wacky country, as long as it's covered by Opta and it's scored in the matrix, it's scored in the system, you can use your cards time and time again. So even though there is like a proper free-to-play angle with some in-game purchases now, it's kind of the dynamic of the game as we find it today, and there's going to be many more changes over the summer, I feel, for the better. That, along with the fact that the players, the clubs, everyone is bought into the game in terms of the licensing, and when you think about Mbappe wanting to connect with his community, that's where every other game misses out, you know, in terms of like bringing people towards pro players. Is such a huge thing that in football that the value on is intangible in some cases, and Sorare is really moving itself into that game changer situation where there's a proper free-to-play farming angle to the game, as well as a premium or professional, a hobbyist element to it, where you can spend more money if you want to, and you can go and get bigger and better and shinier stuff and compete in bigger and better and shinier leagues, or you don't need to. You have that real option, that availability. But regardless of where you find yourself, being on the platform and having that exposure to it, you can also then tie in to these real world connections that are going to be coming. Last season I went to 2 games in La Liga. I've never been to a game in Spain before. Those tickets were issued by Sorare for winning tournaments. And this year in the upcoming season, I'll be looking to get to many more Celtic games, as well as games around the continent, you know, Germany and Italy and Spain, Portugal, lots of other countries I'd love to go and visit and watch football in. And that connection with the game is possible through playing the game. And what everyone that plays this game knows, and what guys like Mbappe, PK, Griezmann, every one of these guys know that encounter the game, is that this is the one that ticks all the boxes of those games that we've all grew up with over the years that are football related, like FIFA, Pro Ev, Football Manager, Champman, you know, all the variations of these games. You get to carry your stuff over. It's public as well, but I can play you. You know, we're in the same tournament. It's a global tie-in. It's not a siloed off thing like Football Manager or FIFA before the internet. And these guys know that connection to rolling season after season, you know, the time, the energy, the money that you pour into the game is the next generation of gaming. These guys know this, and they are happy to put their name against it and help carry it into the future of football gaming. Now, like I mentioned at the top of the video, there has been some real taboos that's held Sorare back in a couple of different countries around the world for a few different reasons. The first one is the NFT kind of thing. Now, all the cards are NFTs. Now, I'm not a crypto person. I don't know, like, I do know a little bit about crypto at this stage, so I've been playing Sorare for 2 years, but I'm not a crypto guy coming into this. I want to know as little as I possibly can. I don't want to become a crypto aficionado. Sorare are aware of this, and they don't want you to be a crypto aficionado either. They're making constant efforts to push all that stuff into the background so you don't need to worry about it or concern yourself with it. It's just the exploitation of that technology so that you can own the card. It's on the blockchain. It's a real asset. It is provable in terms of who owns it, the scarcity, the legitimacy of it, and all the transactions that go around it. It's just that technology is what we're after that brings this game into the next generation, is what gives this game its superpowers. And then there's the volatility of crypto. It's up, it's down, it's left, it's right, it's inside out, it's upside down, and everything else. And I think especially now we've seen like the most aggressive bear market. If you're not a crypto person, that basically means the price is tanking. And Sorare is not really feeling very many, if any, effects of it. If anything, the platform is pushing forward and growing. And that shows you that it has some insulation from that crypto market, because the majority of the game now is people that play with pound notes, you know, pounds, dollars, euros, yen, whatever. And I've got so much more added confidence with the platform, the way it has carried itself through this bear market, the innovations that are now being delivered after that huge investment, after that the huge expectations increased on them. And my plans for the season is to really kick on, you know, in terms of the content front. I want to get deep into as many different leagues and clubs across the world as I possibly can. I want to be getting I want to be getting to those bucket list games across the world that we all dream about going to. And, you know, I think it was one of these things when we went through lockdowns and everything like that over the last 2 years, it really brought that stuff to my doorstep of, I've wanted to do this stuff for my whole life and I've never been anywhere close to it. And it's only through lack of motivation of manana. I now feel that there's a great vehicle there, there's a great community I can play with, there's a great engagement, people I can get in touch with and find out different things about football. And, oh, did you hear that guy suspended? And, oh, I picked this guy for captain this week. And football fans are the best fans in the world for a lot of different reasons. And some of those reasons actually make them the worst fans in the world as well. When you have the huge football community all kind of come together around a game, like we've seen with FIFA and Football Manager, the results are so powerful. And when we see that this time around with Sorare, in my opinion, when it does happen, because of this Web3 connectivity of owning the thing, owning the digital asset, and having some sort of physical connection with the innovations we're going to see in the game coming forward in the next year or two, I'm all about buckling in and enjoying the ride and getting stuck in. If you have any questions about any of the stuff that I've spoke about in the video today, leave it in a comment down below and I'll get back to you, no problem. You can find me on social media everywhere as Quinny3001. You can also check out my second channel on YouTube. It's called Sorare TV, and that's just Sorare specific content on a kind of daily basis. I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and retweet and all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Let's get into all the giveaway stuff before I let you go. I'm still doing monthly giveaways and I'm making it easier to enter. If you want to be entered to win this month's prize or any future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, you need to be a subscriber to enter, then leave a comment down below. Each month, a random comment from a random video will be selected as the winner, so the more videos you leave a comment on, the better the chance you've got of winning any of my giveaways. All the winners are announced at the end of videos the same way as we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. As always guys, if you've enjoyed the video today, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. On screen now is some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. Stay out of trouble and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.